This is Pokey.
Pokey is a 13-year-old black Shih Tzu. He likes to cuddle, he likes to play, he likes to eat food, and he likes to go on a walk and sniff things.
He's a very sweet boy, but he also has this masculine and stubborn energy. Not to mention, he's a handful. He requires a lot of attention, a lot of vet visits, a lot of all sorts of things. But I don't mind. I love him, and he loves me, and I've had him since I was 10 years old. So this is my childhood dog right here. Now, I've always known that I would love to take care of Pokey, and I've always known I was that type of person who likes to take care of animals and pets. What I didn't know was the sort of strength that I see in myself through Pokey due to a recent experience me and him shared. Recently, in February 2021, I drove my old car with Pokey in the car from California to Texas, where I was currently living with my girlfriend. So this was a bad time drive because this was right before one of the biggest freezes, and I was on a time limit. I had to get there before Valentine's Day. So me and Pokey set off to drive in this 2004 Kia Sorento, which was not weather equipped. The tires were old, the car was old, and a lot of stuff already needed to be changed. But I thought the drive would be fine, especially because it was cold. I didn't foresee my car overheating or anything like that. So I started driving, and me and Pokey were just having a good time. You know, man is best friend on a trip. And we eventually ended up in El Paso for the night to go to sleep. And then when we woke up in the morning, we saw that El Paso was covered in snow and ice and things like that. And while the sun was out, I kind of made this call. I was like, it should all melt up. And this is just me also being a Southern Californian. And I didn't realize how to drive in snow or how driving in snow and ice worked. So me and Pokey get back in the car. Pokey's in the passenger seat. I'm driving, talking on the phone, having fun. And about an hour or two into the drive, we're back in that real empty I-10 Texas desert. And I'm just having fun. I'm talking to my girlfriend on the phone. And then I'm going 50 miles per hour on the road because it's like, I guess I can speed up. And then I slid so bad. I slid off the road and I went left into the dirt across the street. And then did this huge turn because I couldn't get control of my vehicle, but I had so much momentum. So I had to go back over and I was holding my wheel. And then I went across the road again through the snow and ice. And then I did this sort of U-turn back towards the road. And by the time I was able to get control and brake my car, both of my two front tires were on the road, and my back two tires were in the snow and ice. And at this point, I immediately look at Pokey and I'm like, are you alright? Because I went through a really bad car accident. I thought something terrible could have happened to us, and it luckily didn't. And I look at him, and Pokey's like,
Oh, watch where you're driving. I'm bored. I'm going back to sleep.
So obviously he wasn't very scared of the situation. He probably didn't understand what was happening, which was a blessing to me. I would have been so scared for him if he felt bad or unsafe. And it made me feel much better because I was like, okay, even though I'm in this stressful and scary situation, I have to be strong and I have to get through it because Pokey is here with me. It isn't just me, he's here too, so I need to be strong and competent and able. And I found this inner strength and coolness because Pokey was there and he needed me to figure it out. And he was being quite chill himself, so I kind of felt chill too. But though it was still stressful and scary, I found this inner strength through him being there. And I realized that this inner strength was just generally the need to, get out of that. So I couldn't just let myself freeze or get in a bad car accident when I was out there. I had people who cared about me. I had my girlfriend, my mom, and Pokey. And Pokey was, of course, front of my mind because he was right there with me. So Pokey began to represent this, coolness and strength and maturity that I needed to possess to get through that. Especially because it was just a scary time. I've never driven snow before. That was a very unequipped place for snow, and I was in a very unequipped car for snow. And I think and then we just eventually got to somewhere and we were able to stay a couple of nights, ended up in Houston, it was all over. But after that experience, I felt this new appreciation and respect for adults who have people who depend on them, who have children and things like that, and that is why they're able to get through these stressful and difficult situations. And that I feel like I also realized that I shouldn't judge people on their cover, because you really don't know who can come up to task in whatever situation when it comes down to it. I would have thought I could have never dealt with that situation until I went through it, and I went through it completely fine and confidently, even though it was quite scary in retrospect, because I had someone to take care of and see it through with, and I had people to end up on the other side. And it was a very adult realization. It was a very adult lesson. That's what I kind of realized, what adults and people who have people that depend on them, what they feel, and how they're able to persevere, even though things are really tough. Like, things are, in general, tough for a lot of people, and they still make it. And so, I sort of realized, like, I should show more respect towards people and the things they take care of. And that experience with Pokey and the snowstorm, going through Texas, really taught me a lot about that sort of strength and inner will. And now I sort of realize that there is a hidden strength in all of us that manifests when it comes to our closest ones.